Hi, I'm David Fleming from the Disciples Ignited YouTube channel, where we are focused on Jesus, advancing his kingdom and preparing his disciples. Now we're studying the book of Romans, and this week we're in Romans chapter 11, where Paul is teaching us about those whom God has chosen, which he also calls the elect, or he calls it God's election. And yesterday we began to define this, but we asked a question: who are these chosen? Who are these elect people that God has chosen? And today we're going to find the answer, and the key is found in Romans chapter 11, where Paul teaches us that the chosen are not those who depend upon their own merit, their own works, their own abilities, their own intellect. No! Those whom God has chosen are those who have put their faith in Jesus. Now, when we compare this to what Paul wrote to the Ephesians later on, in Ephesians chapter 2, verse 8, he wrote, "For it is by grace you have been saved through faith." You see, God has offered a salvation in Jesus by his grace. That means he has offered a salvation because he wants to. We haven't earned it. That's grace. But we receive it by faith. And that, my friend, is what causes God to choose this person and not that person. Those who have put their faith in Jesus, God chooses that person. Those who choose to rebel against Jesus, who reject Jesus, they are not chosen. Now, Paul continues to dig deep into this in Romans chapter 11, but the key is this: God, by his grace, has offered us salvation in Jesus, and we receive it by faith. And when we do, we become the chosen of God. We become what is called God's elect. We are part of the election. And this just plays in perfectly with what is taught throughout the New Testament. Like, for instance, in Matthew chapter 22, verse 14, where Jesus said, "Many are called, but few are chosen." Well, why are so few chosen? Well, it all depends on whether they have put their faith in him. And this word faith means to rely on, trust in, depend upon. Let me ask you, my friend, have you put your faith in Jesus? Are you relying upon him? Are you trusting in him? Are you leaning on him? Are you holding on to him? Well, if you are, that means you have been chosen by God. You have become a part of the election, God's elect, all based on his grace that offered you salvation in Jesus, and your response by putting your faith in Jesus. Oh, but there's so much more to learn about this. So join me tomorrow, and let's dig in deeper to what Paul is teaching us in Romans chapter 11. I'll see you then.